humanity. Their reward? Slaughtered by the people they risked everything for, sneers Mizar. There is something wrong with this world. You agree, don't you, Legol? Mizar says, fixing her gaze upon him. Legol hangs his head as though all strength has left him. Legol says nothing. Instead, Mizar speaks up. You're utterly hopeless, Legol. She beckons you forth. Come this way. You follow Mizar into a small chamber, about which drifts a strange ambiance. She explains that it is in this laboratory she conducts research on the mutagen that transforms humans into monsters. Her goal, the four of you are at a loss for words. Even Trollis, normally full of bubbly curiosity, is silent. Trollis seems utterly perplexed, listening intently to see how the rest of you react. Legol is as quiet as the grave. His eyes are fixed on the ground. Seeing you checking on him, Mizar says, Legol was a test subject for the mutagen. We never should have come here. Legol's voice is a sickening rasp, as though he is coughing up blood. Perhaps the traumatic experience of being experimented on explains the unusual way Legol has behaved since you arrived in New Terra. Polka has been silent since you entered the room. When he finally speaks, his words are low, and his mouth barely moves. A moment later, the dam bursts. I thought monsters killed him. How could you not hate them for that? Mizar gives a weak laugh. Because the one who used a monster to kill your father was me. Mizar answers as if her reply is the most natural thing in the world. He was beyond hope. He was trying to burn all her research. Monsters are our saviors. They protected our world, and yet they were persecuted and driven to the fringes. I will never accept inequity of this scale, and that's why I will transform all of humanity into monsters. That is true justice, and your father stood in the way of it, so he had to die. Don't you agree, Polka? Polka is overcome. His jaw works soundlessly for a few minutes. Finally, he manages a feeble, "So this is the truth." The light has gone from his eyes. Suddenly, Mizar cuts through the quiet with a loud clap. It is nearly time. In the next instant, her monsters show up and attack. Your enemies are monsters, but also former humans. And all of the monsters you have been using were once human too. The reality that everyone here is human washes over you. Your hands start to tremble, and you can't bring yourself to fight. Polka is overcome with shock. Legol, trembling, seems somehow smaller. Both of them have completely lost the will to fight. Trollis alone seems to have it together. "Come on, we can do this," she shouts, desperately trying to encourage her friends. The monsters begin storing up power, and then unleash it at you and your friends. Trollis fights desperately to protect you and your friends, and manages to keep the worst of the monster attacks from finding their mark. Mizar's sonorous proclamation echoes out, just as the ruins begin to collapse. You have to put a stop to Mizar's invasion. Somehow, you manage to force your leaden legs to move, and you take off after her. The merchant appears before you and speaks with great enthusiasm. He explains that he and his market were caught up in the earthquake while exploring New Terra in search of valuable goods. That said, he adds with a little bounce of delight and eyes aglimmer, this place seems absolutely stuffed to the gills with valuable pieces. His indomitable dedication to business lifts your spirits, and you can't help but crack a little smile.